Hey guys, Dave from Nerdarchy, 4 Nerds by Nerds, hanging out with.
Nerdarchy Ted.
And today we're going to do a D&D character build in memory of Wyatt Ferris.
Jump down in the description below where you can sign up for Nerdarchy the newsletter, get weekly gaming tips, as well as learn how to game with Nerdarchy.
So recently there's been a request by the RPG community for a particular family, and we want to honor it. It's a little bit sad, but we want to do our part to try and, I don't know, shed some light maybe on a dark matter and just do our part. If it helps the family and brings them even just a little bit of solace, then it's the least we could do. Do you want to read the Facebook post that was going around?
So the message says, last week my 17-year-old son, Wyatt Ferris, took his own life after suffering a traumatic brain injury. He was very active in the gaming community, both as a player and a GM. In order to show our endless love for Wyatt and to honor his countless hours at the gaming tables, we're asking GMs and storytellers around the world to add Wyatt as an NPC in your games. Wyatt was a paladin, cavalier, war priest, rogue, swashbuckler, investigator, hell knight, bodyguard, and more. We're going to put some photos in there that you can see of this awesome gamer. But it says, please see the photos here of Wyatt and use the hashtag, play for Wyatt and hashtag Wyatt NPC so that we can follow his continued adventures. Thank you for helping this brokenhearted mother mend this tragic loss. I love the gaming community for starting this for my son. The Twitter handle is @BadisBad, and we'll make sure this is all in the description below.
Yeah, like Ted said, we'll put in the description below. I had already had in my mind that we could do a video and create an NPC of Wyatt and do that video. Unfortunately, something happened between me deciding to do that and getting here to shoot videos today.
Well, I actually ran a game last night. It's not one of our recorded games, but it was for new players. It was for my son was actually playing his first game of D&D, and unbeknownst to anyone else, when he created his character, he took the entertainer background. 2 out of the 4 players really wanted to be a bard, so I saw a theme going with this. The other character's like, well, I want to do, a fightery type thing. I'm like, well, if you're doing a troop of performers, well, there's your strongman. So when I saw this building and I saw this post going around Facebook, I'm like, well, obviously it was a tragic loss. My way of paying homage to Wyatt, since he has passed, what about doing an adventure that went in the vein of trying to save his life? So to incorporate him into the game, I put him as a member of their troop. They were the musical fire eaters or something along those lines. The notes are way over there. But it is what it is. And Wyatt, because of the pictures you saw, you can see down below, I'm like, well, he could be their sword swallower. He looks swashbucklery. That fit. Well, they went to a tavern. They went to perform. He ate some bad food. Players had to go out and actually get a list of reagents to take to the medicine man, make a cure, and save his life.
So let's now D&Dize your Wyatt. So obviously I know how you make NPCs because you make them the way I do. And there's probably not many stats or anything. But I think we can build him. And based off of what you told us, if he's a sword swallower, he could also be a bard. Mm-hmm. And also way over there is my copy of Xanathar's Guide to Everything, which would have the College of Blades archetype in it. So I think, if he's a sword swallower, you have to go bard, the College of Blades.
I think that would work. I saw him as, having the high cheekbones, so I made him a half elf.
Okay.
So we got a half elf bard, College of Blades. What else are we thinking?
We need a background. So I don't know if you incorporated stuff that would lend a background or
I hadn't actually gone that far.
So what was his role in the troop, other than getting sick?
So in the troop, he was the sword swallower. He was the one that actually went around carrying swords. The orc or the half orc barbarian was all about bashy type weapons. But as a kind of solemnity to the loss, I actually had him as charismatic but quiet. So he didn't actually talk much. There wasn't a lot of information that I had going into it, other than the fact that he was involved and these are the type of characters that he played. I saw running through paladin and swashbuckler. To me that spoke charisma.
Right.
So,
well, and you also could be kind of like a mysterious type character anyway. Well, I guess what I'm getting at is like, so they're a troop of entertainers, right? Like, did they have a manager? Was there someone in charge?
No,
was there a troop leader?
This was a level 1 game, so like they were just starting out.
It was pure chaos.
So like they managed to roll significantly well on their perform checks when there was a crowd. So like they got a name for themselves, in the small hamlet. But so like I'm open to in interpretations. Where would a half elf go in between being stuck in that world of two worlds to joining a college of bards.
So a couple thoughts. Like one, like Charlton probably isn't going to work, or maybe not. Maybe I would almost always want to dismiss entertainer as bard.
Yeah,
because it feels like doubling up to me a lot of times. Obviously, the hermit isn't going to work.
So what if we went with noble?
Noble,
and like if you look at the images,
yeah,
like he's got fine garb. So if we went with noble, and like he wants to run, like he's tired of that life of
or
rigidity.
he could be a bastard, or I mean there could be a lot of different things. I was almost thinking soldier, just because it's like a cavalier and Hell Knight and stuff like that. I'm like, well, you're done soldiering. What are you gonna do? You know how to use swords. For some odd reason, you've been sticking them in your mouth or something. Now you can move on. But noble works just as well. And yeah, he's, for whatever reason, he's tired of that life, and that kind of goes with the sad story a little bit of what happened to poor Wyatt. But so he could be a noble half elven bard, College of Blades, once he gets some levels under his belt.
Well, they did actually level to 2, mid session. The frogs and bullywugs really beat the crap out of them. Actually, they didn't even fight the bullywugs until they leveled up. The frogs and blights really did a number on them.
So, and maybe, who knows how Wyatt might pop up in our games in the future, now that we've kind of like figured him out a little bit, and maybe we'll have to stat it up and make it into a thing.
Absolutely.
So the question is, guys, are you gonna honor this family and help them, and also maybe it'll help someone else that's having a bad time and realize there's a lot of people that care about them, even that don't know them, and they're willing to do something like this, and many other gamers are doing it as well in their own games. So tell us if this is something you're interested in doing. We got a place for it. It's down in the comments below. While you're at it, like, share, and subscribe.
As we saw us on Facebook, you can check us out there.
So until next time,
stay nerdy.